Good afternoon, everybody. Duff TV, it's the Gala days for the talent department. They've been running their socks off around Invermay Park and now here at wonderful UTAS Stadium. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. My name's Aaron Roberts. I'm jumping in to help out, do a bit of commentary for our last of our games. So the Southern Maroon versus the Northern Yellow. Interesting the choice to go with the mixed match uniform, as we've seen the South so far on top in these development games. There's Newnham trying to get possession early. Ball's just been shoveled out the side. No team really able to get possession as Clark gets around one. Nearly a high tackle, then starts a steady. Didn't quite get the ball over the top to one of her teammates. The umpire has found a free kick right in front of goal, so an early opportunity here for the South to get one early on. So great effort from the talent department here at AFL Tas to get a bunch of these girls playing footy. Got the boys tomorrow. So first shot on goal for the South. That's a low kick. It's not going to make the distance. The ball's been touched on the line, nearly kicked off the ground by Farrell. Still stays in play. The South defend, the North defend, and the ball ends up over the boundary line. Finally, the ice has melted off the ground here at UTAS Stadium. Boundary throw-ins too, which is probably a little unusual for some of these girls. Are used to the last touch rule. Ball's still alive in the forward pocket. Now there's going to be a chance out the back. A shot on goal has gone across the face and a minor score. Missed opportunity in the South. Had the first score on the board. No one knows who to take it. Got to go get back at the football. So about 7 or 8 degrees here in the northern capital. As a high ball going in. Broomhall was at the back. She was unable to win possession. Now the ball's on the floor as several players reach in. And now there's a quick handball out. There's a bit of dash from Hendricks in the pocket. She ran into some trouble as two players converged on her. Ratcliffe has 3 Northern players to beat. Nearly a high tackle. The umpire just missing. Shoveled out by Lambie. And now 2 players come in and converge on the football, and we'll have a throw up here. So dominant first 4 or 5 minutes, with the South continuing on their performance. North players from the North and Northwest in this Northern representative side. As we see a bunch of the Northerners doing their little half a lap. The ball spills out, quick shot on goal, another missed opportunity. So really important, particularly the 13 girls, convoluted competition structure in Tassie. That ball has not cleared the area. And waiting underneath the football, and an easy mark taken. So second shot from a direct position, right over the back of the pack, easy as you like. And probably a fraction too easy. The mark's been taken by Ratcliffe. Her third possession. So Ratcliffe will line up and she'll stick one through. So the first goal, deserved goal from Ratcliffe. She's been really prominent early. And the umpire coming in saying, no, that's a free kick. So the North will have their first opportunity to charge up towards the forward 50. The ball goes in deep. There's numbers around this one as players fall on their backs as they try and win the football. Ball's been squirted out. Arnold was in there. Nearly won by Harding. Driven ball to a 1-on-2. Just misses the hands of Hall. Now it gets through Hall. Hall's ball smothered. She had a great opportunity to get it out. Ball still free. Nearly in towards Newnham. She gets it again. Gets out of handball into the pocket. Another ball smothered. Going onto it first is Arnold. Still the ball is alive in that right forward pocket. Now it finally gets out the side. Still going. Somehow. Pocket tight, out of bounds on the full. So the South with the early score, but now the North have the ball plugged in that defensive area. It's gone up towards the left-hand side. And a mark's been taken here by the South. Just went a little bit too close to the player in the mark. Now it's been picked out by Matthew. Matthew swings around towards goal and it gets touched through for a minor score. So as so often the case, players tend to play on when they get it outside the defensive 50. Waiting was Rowley for the South. The ball's now been spilt free, but I reckon that's a throw as Broomhall was trying to release the football. Now it's Samara Whitney. She went to go short. It wasn't necessarily the best option. Basketball from Hagan. Rush ball out. Now it's gone in towards the hands, saying, I'm trying to get rid of it. Yes, you are, and the umpire will come and ball it up. Deft little touch towards Clerk. Now streaming out. The ball's still free to Hall. Hall then straightens it up, delivers it towards the forward 50 to the dangerous spot, unable to be marked by Arnold. It's rushed out, but Hall's going to get it again. So her fourth possession in around about 45 seconds. But that one wasn't effective. And a great tackle and holding the football. Great work there by Batchelor. Batchelor had a short option on. Probably just misread the kick. It's now back in the middle again. It's got a few number changes. It's always the case. Jerry Martindale, who's on the pots and pans. This is the most plush out room we've ever had, Jerry. This one here. We're up in the radio commentary box at UTAS Stadium. I reckon it's as good. We've commentated from the back of the ute, in the rain with an umbrella, top of toilet blocks. And today in Dove TV, we're in the most plushest studio space, probably in footy in Tassie, the radio commentary position here on the fourth floor at UTAS Stadium. Ball's been spilled out of their hands by Solikowski. They go backwards before they go forward again. Got to dispose the football. The umpires are going to be red hot on that one today. Scooped up by Moore. That's nearly a throw. The umpire probably just gave the benefit of the doubt as the ball squirted out, but it's not an effective one. Rowley has it. Sandy Bay Jr. Good play. Probably gets a little bit too much high. It's at the back of the pack. Defensive was required a fist, but didn't come in until very late. As the build-up again from South Maroon is curtailed for now. We're 20 metres out from goal. The sun's streaming down on York Park. The fist by Pritchard and straight into the waiting hands of a couple of players. And we'll have another ball up. Pritchard again using a height to support, checking out the back of the pack. And the coaching crew from the North are probably going to have to do a little bit more instructional work just to get some better communication from their defenders at the moment. A little bit of ball watching. It's resulting in players getting free. That's a really nice mark from Whitney. I've seen her play before once from Wynyard Football Club. Gets it on to Bingley. She loves to play on Harriet. Finds the middle of the ground. Doesn't find a teammate. The ball's now free. Ruby Hall gets some space and decides to bounce it. Drives it up towards the forward 50. It's a loose ball on there. The Southerners had the advantage. As the ball's now just quickly drawn. It's a really open game of football here. These Gala days, great to see because we've had two games that Invermay Park, where maybe not quite as good a surface. And a nice wide expanse has certainly been taken advantage of. The handball out wide. Solikoski's taken down. Great defensive work, and that's holding the football. Here is the replay. Look at that. So Samara Whitney, who did the work further forward, then comes back and lays a defensive tackle. And that's probably going to be high. Great call from the umpire. And it's going to be a free kick as they'll charge for it again. It's Sokolowski who gets around the play, decides the last minute to go short, and that's fantastic. Direction lowered her eyes. Pritchard's got it. Pritchard's kick is a flat mongrel. Unfortunately, it's missed everything from only 15 metres. So Pritchard's been good, the captain. Sokolowski's been fantastic as well off half forward for the South. Two players from Sandy Bay Junior Football Club that obviously know each other. The ball's in the pack. Lambie clears it for now. She gets it out to Thompson, who gets it to the middle of the ground. It ran past both those players, and it's free again. Looked to be a kick off the ground. Just missed the ball was Matthew. The umpire says it's going to be a free kick here to the Maroon Southerner. So an early goal to South, and since then it's been relatively easy. She's going to have to be a bit careful. Undecided on which way to go, and in the end stood still and got tackled. Matthews has it. So she gave away the free kick, and now she wins it back. Kick lateral to Weldon. Then she comes inboard, plays on up to centre half forward. There's three Maroon jumpers in there. Ruby Hall then jumps up and tries to grab the football. Then she has two players to contend with. She can't beat them both. And a ball up. 60 out. North charging again. Broomhall. Now it's been knocked out to Glover. Glover's kick didn't advantage a teammate. The ball's booted up the ground. That did advantage as Hall, Michaela variety. She goes forward. She was stripped of the football. Now it's towards Matthew. Matthew can't dispose of it and gets out towards Glover. Rush ball inside the forward pocket. Race on here. Doesn't necessarily favour the teammate. Maybe onto it first is Donlan. But in the end, it's rushed over. And a minor. So contest just on the circle, on the semicircle. Ball's loose, charging in towards goal, but there's only a defender from the South. And a taken in front of Morris. Ball in dispute on half forward. Good spread here from the South. That handball just missed the target. There's a lot of free kicks early on. It does tend to be the case sometimes in girls football as the ball's been spread. Got a good setup at the moment, the Southerners. Lambie onto it first, and she's knocked off the football by Pritchard. Now it spills free out of that little contest. Bumping and going and stacking it on was Butterwell. Just knocked off the football and probably didn't dispose of it. That was the case, so a free kick just off half back here. The railway wing at UTAS Stadium. We've seen the tram go up and down about 10 times today with no one in it. Maybe just to keep the grease of the wheels, making it turn around, or maybe it's luring. As you see it moving, people think, I want to get on the tram. Goes about 380 metres from the cafe down the road up until the old railway turning circle. I don't think it's had a railway run on it for probably about 35 years. Shoving in the back. No free kick given. Now, all of that, there was a rush kick out just towards centre wing. Nice spread, as it does look like the players are adhering to the anti-density rules. That ball's released. It's usually given an opportunity to get it, but quite a few free kicks being paid at the moment as the players maybe just adjusting to a slightly higher level of umpiring, and the umpires are finding some indiscretion. Short kick on, it was an interesting one because it was 1-on-1. It only really gained 20 metres. Now that is high. Falling down onto the ground, and a free kick we taken here. So that Southerners trying to navigate their ball into the pocket. Henricks couldn't get it. On it first was Doohan. Dances one and comes inboard, and then toes that football up towards her teammate who taps it in front of herself. Now then breaks away. Kick up towards half forward. There's a big clash down there as players colliding. I think they're okay. The one girl's just down with it, holding her head as the trainer's coming out. Still down. It was a heavy knock as players throwing themselves at the football. Sokolowski can't get it. Now it's Whitney. Can't dispose of it, and the umpire says incorrect disposal. You had a prior opportunity. Player on wide. Well, I think it was going there. Barwin now into space, and it went to the near side. Still a player down. Just on half back. Try and pick up who that is. Just misses Henricks. The ball's rushed out. It's going to come back again. High ball. The Northern defender was just a little slow to react. Spinning around the tackle, and a quick kick out towards the forward pocket. Numbers around there. Bowen, who had that opportunity a few moments ago to score a goal. She couldn't quite maintain possession. Holding herself up the tackle was Farrell. High tackle, but maybe ducking ahead was Pritchard. Then the release on goal. And it's gone to the left. It's a dangerous kick. The contact wasn't great as Whitney gets it. And there's a 17 flat quarter. And just the one goal from Ratcliffe. In a pretty entertaining and open game. We've got a player injured. She's up now. Actually thought it might have been initially Ruby Hall, but we'll just have to see if I can see number 5 for the North. It's looks like Ruby from here. We'll just maybe zoom one more time in, Duff. I think she's okay at the moment. Trainer out there just giving some support, trying to get some oxygen back. Hope she's okay. It's quarter time here on Duff TV. We're going to have a quick break. We'll be back for the next quarter here in the Gala Days. Under 15 girls action with the South Maroon, with the only score in the 6 variety. And they're 1 goal, 5-11. And the North are 2 behinds 2. second half action here. Duff TV, Gala Days. For the Devils Talent Program. So the best 15 under 15 female players. It's been a pretty even contest so far. Hagen, there's a lot of players around the footballers. It spills out now to Thompson. That's probably in the back. The umpire let that one go. A lot of times the ball's smothered. There's a proximity to the football and the player with the ball, and the rest of the players on the ground is pretty high at the moment. Ground level is Clerk and finds a friend in Ratcliffe, squirts the ball out. Nearly got towards Pritchard, who had quite a lot of the football in that first half. A lot of shots on goal. 5 behinds to the south in that first quarter. The ball bounced over the top of Farrell. Nice little build up here as it gets towards Ratcliffe again. Unfortunately, though, there was a stack of players around the football, including Harding from Devonport. Another smother of the football. Now it's Rowley. And somewhere amongst all of that, the umpire said, look, let's just spread this out a little bit. It's going to be a Midgley free kick. It's a good kick from Midgley. It's favoured a teammate further afield. Pritchard turns around, gets back onto a favoured boot. She had a lot of time. It spills towards Midgley. Midgley flies up towards goal, towards Wiggins, and Wiggins has to contend with some defence from Lone and out of bounds. So good couple of minutes here from the south. They've had it mostly their way. Neither team could win it down towards Farrell. Then a quick shot on goal. Nearly a defensive mark as it spilt eventually out of Young's hands, and then tied in the pocket. And the goalpost got in the way, and a minor.
The ground's in very good condition out there by the looks of it, Aaron.
Oh, there's Martin Duffy's dulcet tones. He's on the camera today. Yeah, Duff, it's pristine grass. This is a heritage listed grass. Each individual piece of grass has got a name. Ruby Hall down to it first. She'll tap it in front of herself. Can she keep the ball? She's going to have 2 players to take on. Rowley was one of them, and she still came back and found a teammate further on. That was slapped forward at its best. Now it's towards Newnham. Turned around and tried to find some support. Lost it. Tackle laid. Ratcliffe is probably been called holding the football. Another day, another game of football for you, Duffy. You've done a few today. Happy with the standard?
Oh, we've seen some great footy over at Invermaid Park. It was fantastic. Under 13s and 14s.
So the South have just got the metrics their way at the moment. Is a tap off the ground by Arnold. Doesn't necessarily advantage her or a teammate. Swinging through was Dennis. Now just out of nowhere was Pickering. He suddenly had the ball in their hands and plenty of time. Newnham. The box kick high up towards half forward. The fist from Ratcliffe. She probably tried to mark it in the last minute. She got both hands to it. Now it spills out to Clerk. She's got a teammate further afield. It's Rowley again, but just a little slow at taking possession. And we'll have a hold up.
It's a long way over there, Aaron. It's a big ground here at UTAS.
Well, yeah, it's. I think it's not the longest ground in the north, but it's equal longest with grounds like Longford and a few others. But yeah, it's probably what width is the thing. But sometimes the kids like it, as Hoiberg Cox. Yeah, sometimes the juniors get a little lost on the ground, but also sometimes they get a bit more space and get a bit more run. Neither team are able to get it. Still there. Brianna tries to win it out, and scraping the ball with pace was Barwin. She turns it around and gets it up towards half forward. Rowley in first position. She's got some defence from the Scottsdale champ in Hall, and it's going to be held up. Her mum came in earlier and dropped off her under 14 best and fairest trophy from last year. Ruby Hall.
I want to say a perpetual trophy, isn't it? You don't get to keep the trophy?
Don't get, well, they seem to keep it for about 80% of the year and eventually gets back to the NTJFA. But it's got their names on it, so it's had a couple of good players on that trophy that have been playing some good football around the north. Barwon, now it's Newnham. It's been good for a couple of minutes, got some speed, but just needs some help then, Newnham. She had an extra teammate to get a handball off. That would have been useful. It's been chopped off here by Terry. Terry's got a short option on. Okay. Support from Clerk. Game's a bit of a stalemate. It's
sort of stuck in this half-forward wing area at the moment.
That's a tremendous mark, and the decision to play on was a good one too. Now it's out towards half-forward. Can the North mount some sort of attack? They're not going to when there's defence like that from Rose, and she just bangs it up towards the middle. There's some vacant land up there. Pritchard with another possession and a super mark. Sokolowski. It's a dangerous kick. Did look like it was trying to set one of her teammates up, but ball's been broken out now. The runner nearly getting away, nearly got a touch. A little sloppy. Waited on the handball. Saw a teammate just out on centre half, but you really got to attack the football. And a free kick given away. So Barwon's got it. She's no real lead on it. Now there's a player wide, and she's going to kick it over there as well. It would have been a free kick and maybe a mark. Good sportsmanship there. Broomhall's got it. She's going to go long in towards 25 metres out. Spills over the back. A neat little handball. Dishes it out. Looks like it might have been Richardson. And she's got a goal. And a good response from a couple of minutes of pretty tight football just on centre wing on both sides of the ground. And Richardson comes out the back and gets a goal. Good handball by Midgley. Just aware where her teammate was. That communication's really important. And the finish was good as well. Rana Farrell in the ruck also does a bit of umpiring. Surprised he didn't put the gear and umpire a game today. Speed seen by Morris. She managed to get it up towards half forward. The kick a little off to Terry. Lays a boot into that one and gets some considerable distance over the top. The ball was knocked to the ground. Now Brewer is in there and managed to force the ball out, but it's only gone towards Rowley. Her kick is a little indiscriminate. Pritchard taken without the football. A couple of players just stack on the football, and the umpire will come and ball it up. So 17 flat quarters in these Gala days. As we mentioned, the 13 girls and the 14 boys. 14 girls being played, but the boys tomorrow. Clark off half forward, kicks up towards the pocket, waiting there, not quite caking, was Richardson, the goal kicker in this quarter. Support coming through from Thompson. So her handball was partly smothered. Now it comes out again, just got a toe to it, taken without the football. The umpire said probably didn't quite have it. Broomhall again, thrown off the football was Martin, and she's probably been paid a free kick. I reckon that's from where she kicked. I don't reckon it's downfield. Looked like a high tackle, so the ball will be launched in again by Martin. Got one lead on. It's a fairly static forward line at the moment from the south. Newnham onto it first. She has to contend with a couple of forwards. She also has to contend with the umpire who's going to stop it again. So we're nearly gone 10. 2 goals, 6. As the South are looking to continue their dominance. There's a quick shot and another opportunity missed.
a big lead.
Yeah, it was all with some space was Arnold. Arnold's kick is not advantageous. Now it is towards Broomhall. Another touch for her. That's a useful kick up towards Pritchard. Gets around the defender. Pritchard now launches up towards a forward 50. Little tap in the back. It's not being one out then. Charging through the pack was Brewer. Brewer misses it. Ball still up for grabs here. And it's been another blow of the whistle. We've heard a lot of that today. And the defensive free kick. Dennis streaming through the middle. No real option to kick to. Goes back again and flies it up towards Thompson. Thompson's got a lead on. She ignores Weldon. Goes a little shorter. Lambie. Morris now steadies. Then she ran into a pack of Southerners. Gets it back again. Still got a few to beat. Now it's Weldon. Knocks it out the side, nearly towards Morris. Morris can't get it. Kicked off the ground by Arnold. Still towards the pocket. The ball's still a chance here. They just need to get the football in their hands and try and bump off the football. There goes the chopper. I don't know where it's going, but there's always quite a few choppers that's leading. Slipping over was Batchelor. Another touch for Dennis. Now it's going to have a bounce. Get it onto that favoured left boot towards half forward. It's a pretty good option. The ball's been spilt. Now the off the ground option's not a bad one either. Moves the ball up towards the middle. Tackle on, not played. Back again is Dennis. Dennis now has Pritchard. Fierce competitor. Still going. Lambie can't get it. And then eventually dragged to the ground.
Starting to team up here, the North, Peachy.
Well, they're just starting to organise themselves. You're right, Duff, just around the contest. Probably got a few of their more competent communicators. Handling with a rush kick. Well structured here, the North. They've certainly picked up their game the last couple of minutes after the early goal in this quarter from the South. Now it's loose again. Skips past Morris. Arnold first to it. Turns, doesn't really look, it still might favour Batchelor. Batchelor's got to chase on. Conkey stands up in the tackle, does a great job out towards Dennis. Dennis's left boot's been dangerous. Up towards half forward, not one down by her. Now it's been just bashed out again by the South. And it's a 1-on-2 here. If they can get this ball to ground, they're away here, the South. Clever handball over the top from Clark. Just the energy from the North is lifted. It's towards Dennis.
Oh,
and that's a fantastic grab taken by Rose. We love. But the kick option was okay, but just needed another metre or so. Get the ball back in a bit quicker than this. Here it goes. It's a short option. That's probably a free kick. Yes, it is. So they can get this whole ball in a little quicker. Here's that mark again from Rose. That's an outstanding contested grab. Up towards the pocket. And there's another example of a contested mark. Michaela Hall from East Devonport. So Michaela's, I'd say, got an option just short. She's going to just boom it up with a barrel over the top. Will it come through? An opportunity in the goal square. Just needs to be kicked off the ground. Hall swings around, misses it on the left, gets it again. Hall then gets the ball smothered as Rose came in at the last minute to stop a Hall goal. Great contest, Duff. That wasn't the pocket.
That's great footy.
Real energy about this game at the moment. There's a good crowd in here. Most of them are shuffled down towards the southern of the ground where there's some sun. The ice did stay. There's Ruby Hall climbing up and taking a wonderful grab.
Massive momentum change in this game.
Ruby Hall drives it into the pocket. There's players galore here. Weldon could be one of them. It stays just inside now. It's over. There's Ruby Hall's grab. Eyes for the football only. They've got a good setup around this contest. Probably got maybe an extra player. Hey, that could have been Thompson running onto it. She decided to wait for the ball to hit the ground. Looks like Pritchard might have been taken high. Streaming through with a shot and goal was Harding. And unfortunately misses to the left. And a minor score. A really entertaining last 5 or 6 minutes here. But the score reads at the moment. 2-7-19 to 4 behinds on the Brighton Best Tag scoreboard. There's that shot on goal. The last shot, the last play of the day. I should say the last play of the half. And so far, Richardson with a goal, and Ratcliffe kicked one from the Lauderdale Junior Footy Club earlier on. It's a pretty tight game. We'll just mention a couple of the better players. Ruby Hall and Mia Morris have been damaging at different stages. Lambie's had a little bit of ball, but it was Alyssa Dennis who really started to get the momentum swinging back towards the Northern Yellow girls, and they were able to get consistent ball entry inside their forward 50. The South, I thought Stella Pritchard was outstanding. She was heavily involved probably off half back, half forward, laid quite a few tackles, got forward, nearly kicked a goal. Mia Ratcliffe, who did score one in that first quarter, was really busy. Terry and Richardson too started to get a little bit of the football. It's been a really good quarter also from Rose and Broomhall, two of the taller players from the South. But it's half-time here in the Devils. Gala Day, it's 15 girls, North versus South. The South had the early advantage. 2 goals, 7-19 to 3 behinds. And we'll have a break on Duff TV. We'll have a short time and we'll be back here for the second half soon. Rightio, second half is about to kick off in the under 15 girls Gala Day, North versus South. Game set up for our talent selection, so we've had 13 and 14 girls so far in the South at the moment at 2-7-19 to the North 4 behinds. Had a few opportunities late as they started to get a little bit more energy back into the game. And straight away, it looks like got an infringement in the middle. There's a high ball as the South again to the right-hand side of the screen, the city end here at York Park. Pretty competitive last 7 or 8 minutes, but for a lot of this game, the ball's been deep in the forward line for the South. And a lot of the ball's also been in the hands of Dennis. Gets a left boot into the action. Tries to find Farrell in the middle. Thrown down, Pritchard on Farrell. It might be a free kick to the ruck of North. Brianna goes in with a handball. Back to Dennis on the left. That's good work. It's up to half forward. Spills out. Lambie in there first. Can't win it. Now Ruby Hall. Hasn't got a left boot either. Running into a tackle of Arnold. And a free kick's been given away. And I reckon it's going to Pickering, I think. No, in fact, it's Pickering that gave the free kick away. Glover's got it. She goes short. Sometimes the football just doesn't bounce your way as Weldon loses it. Gets back onto it. Squirts it in towards the forward 50. Really good opportunity. Pressure handball. Didn't really favour Lambie. And then Lambie may have not disposed of the football. The umpire says free kick here, 1 to Arnold. So Arnold moves it on towards half back. Newnham flying in and trying to win the football. Weldon comes in second. Can't stay on her feet. You've got to stay upright at times. Out wide. Whitney there first. She's got the other number 3 in Martin to contend with from Huonville and out of bounds. So the players spread around the ground, but at the moment, too many players just 5 or 6 metres off the pace here out of the pack. This means it can get quite busy unless you can really break the lines. That's going to be incorrect disposal. And it's one off here of half forward. A driving kick towards the middle. It's dropped by Dennis. She then goes back on the ball. She's got Pritchard on top of her. She breaks out of the way from 3 defensive players. Then she wins a free kick after she disposed of the football, and she'll get it back again. So the option is short. It's okay. Glover nearly got it. Hall now steadies, snaps around the corner. One-on-one contest in the goal square. It's not being marked. Spinning back around is Kayla Hall. And she's given away a free kick, and she was unable to just take the possession and then get away. And a missed opportunity for the South. I should say missed opportunity for the North. The ball stays in the air for a while. Batchelor's got it. Ball up towards half forward. Matthew taps it in front of herself just to keep that ball going forward. And then the torpedo out of defence from the South. Whitney with the tackle, and it's going to be a free kick. So a lot of tackles today have resulted in either incorrect disposal or also holding the football. Prior opportunity. Ball into the middle. Dangerous spot, because if it's turned over here, the South are going to be away. There's a short option, Pritchard. Pritchard waits, gets her hands up, turns, has no one to defend her. She drives the ball up. She was trying to look at Henricks, and it's been easily chopped off the back by Doohan. Likewise from Doohan, goes to the middle. Weldon onto it first. Pritchard back again. Out the side to Broomhall. She beats it up towards half forward, and a tremendous mark taken by Richardson, who's had 1 shot, 1 goal. She's now got a set shot. So after the North, with the early running in his first 3.5 minutes, the South go forward. Richardson very casual on goal, swings back around, and she's got a second. So really nice build-up then from the South as Richardson high-fives from a teammate. So we're able to get it out of the middle of the ground. It was Pritchard's energy around the stoppages. And a good contest in the half forward, but half a metre was too much for Richardson. And she was able to win it, get the free kick, and went back and very casual slotted it through.
Just off a couple of steps there, Peachy.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Casual. You don't need to muck around, do you? You just need to have everything straight. So let's think of some numbers around the football. It's Pritchard, who's, I reckon that's the 15th or 16th disposal. First is Whitney onto the football, puts her head down and barrels it up towards half forward, gets it up to a contest. Arnold was unsuccessful in her disposal, and laying some pressure was Lambie. Now the quick ball out. First onto it is Midgley. Ball doesn't bounce towards her hands.
Stephen Milne bounced there.
It was a shocker. Glover. Henley misses it. Now it's a high ball. Waiting under it for a period of time was Weldon. And then she just shovels Barwin into the ground. Somehow it's come out. It's going to come back again though. Morris has got it. Looks up, Morris. Doesn't have a heap of options. She's just going to try and get it down on the ground level and see if she can get one of her teammates to run onto the football. At the moment it's free kick central as Thompson. Lateral kick from Thompson is good. Dennis has got it. She'll play on. High ball up towards the box sot, and it's a great mark again. Taken by Pickering. Pickering releases, going to come back to Dennis. Dennis juggles the football. She's got Pickering to contend with, or Pritchard, I should say. She beats one of those, beats a second. Now coming supporting is Harding. Harding then gets bashed off the ball by Pritchard. Then Pritchard looks up. Possession number 19 for her. Finds a teammate further afield. The short option is effective. Henricks in there first. Falls over and then needed to get some support. Bingley. Then it's on towards Doohan. Charging out again is Whitney. Probably could have taken a bounce. She's really gathering some ground at the moment, Whitney. Every time she gets the football, she gets on a bike. It's picking backward towards half back at the moment.
Kick to kick.
So the high ball again as the forwards are waiting. Henricks was also waiting. Now she gets the ball at the back. Doesn't favour her. She tries to scoop it down. Rowley. So yeah, it's just starting to open up as a team are getting used to each other. Obviously this is a representative game. They wouldn't have trained that many times. Henricks now goes back for a second time. Repeat efforts from Henricks was good. Rowley was tackled. It's now in towards the pocket. Richardson, the goal kicker. Multiple goal kick. And eventually the umpire says it's gone over the white line. So a large pack forming around this. It's probably going to just go at the back. Broomall was in there. Then there's a shot towards the pocket, and we're going to do it again, but from the other side. So good open football here in the Gala day. Well done to all the talent guys for getting this together. Nathan Warren did a heap of work, and all the support staff. Plenty of volunteers, plenty of people who are teachers. Have got some time off. They're able to provide some volunteer support for the coaching. Thanks to the umpires, or Daniel Smedley before. Weldon gets it out the back. Weldon decides she's going to have to be careful here, Weldon, because she needed to get an extra 4 or 5 metres. A great contest as Whitney goes in and lays a tackle. Then Ruby Hall gets the crumbs. She dishes out a handball. It's pickpocketed out of there by Arnold. Arnold's kick in towards half forward. The ball's now banged in again. There's numbers here at the back for the South. They just need to get the ball to hold up. Barwin, then towards Henricks. It might still spill out to Henricks. It's been missed. Then towards Wayne. And a tap off the ground's a pretty good option. They're really under some pressure at the moment. There's numbers now at the back here for the South. A high ball in. Juggled once, juggled a second time by Doohan. Still live here for the South. A shot towards goal. And they've got their fourth. So a neat little snap by Macy Clark. And I'll see here the pressure applied. The kick didn't get cleared by Wayne. You'll see Clark just coming in at the back here. Probably a little bit too much pressure as this consistent effort from the South to lay the pressure, and there she got, just stole it out of the pack, kept the ball in front of herself, and under immense pressure kicked a wonderful goal.
I think the scoreboard doesn't really reflect the closeness of this match, Aaron.
Yeah, no, look, it has been pretty close, but the effectiveness of the Southerners when they go forward, they've got certainly in better positions. The ball sort of falls into their hands in attacking spots, whereas so much pressure going forward for the Northerners. Maybe their forwards at the moment not getting the entry they'd like. The ball's often out the back for the South too, so Ruby Hall laying some pressure on Bowen, forces the turnover. It still might get it back now towards Sokolski. She's had a little bit of ball in that first quarter, been a little quiet since quarter time. Off the knee and holding up, and wide handball by Broomhall. Now it's towards half forward for the South. We've seen a lot of balls transitioning back and forth between both teams' half back lines. There's Martin. Desperately wants the football, and the umpire's going to get it instead. Weaving out is Martin. Dennis with a bit of control, gets it out towards half forward. Getting around one player was Stanway. With some time and a bit of poise was Conkey. Support from Whitney from the north. A high ball in, and waiting under that one under some pressure was Brewer. Awkward kick. It's towards Farrell. There was a handball out, but Ruby Hall probably ran the wrong way, and it didn't necessarily help Dennis. And a free kick here, one. So Wiggins goes wide. And that could be trouble on here. Just getting a handball as Pritchard was forced out of the ground. Broomhall, a high ball at the back of the pack at the last minute. Richardson, who's had 2 goals today, as she let it go, I reckon she thought that's going through. No, it's not. The ball doesn't always bounce straight. Hard break for Richardson. I don't think you want to see that one replayed too often. Now an uncontrolled kick out. Hall tracking it down as she has so often in this game. Fights for the football. Can't win it. Good job from Martin. And we're on the edge of the square here. So 4-8 to 4 behind. You're right, Duff. It's the scoreboard doesn't completely indicate the dominance, but just at the crucial moments. And it's not necessarily always about the scoreboard at the end. As Ruby Hall needs some help from one of her teammates. She's got 3 players to beat. She couldn't beat them all, and Broomhall eventually wins it. She kicks it up high. She might find Hendricks. It bounces out of her hands. Rowley gets it in. She gets some pressure applied by Young. Now she sneaks out the back, Hendricks, and she gets a goal. And I think one that she deserved, because she's had stack of the football forward of the 50, and a little wry smile from Hendricks and a little high five from her teammate and Wiggins. And goal number 5 on the board. Well, they're doing a bit of maintenance at York Park here at the moment. There's a bunch of people going around and tarting the place up. Got an AFL game in a couple of weeks. And they're tarting there on the new facility at the university. So we'll have the whole campus here at 18 months' time. Pretty high up there. It must be the 5th floor on there on the roof.
You can have that, Peachy.
Yeah, well, the library box just to the right there. And that looks fantastic. With a nice silver cladding on the outside. New elite sport facility going in on the other side of the river very soon. That's a heavy knock on the far side. Didn't dispose it. It's a little unlucky, so I reckon that's come out in the tackle. 230 mil, I think they're projecting to be worked on the stadium. Southern end of the ground, the easterly flank will get another layer of grandstand. Spills out towards Matthew. Well, that's the proposal anyway. Nearly a push in the back on Pritchard.
just to coincide with the big announcement in about 8 weeks from Mr. Gill.
Absolutely. That'd be exciting, won't it?
Oh, peachy.
Good news, hopefully, coming our way. Dennis goes back again and gets on a non-preferred. It's a floating mark by Arnold. Layla now looks up. She's going to hoof it. Dennis with some considerable determination on her face. She gets it out to Hall there. Two of the players are really engaged from the north at the moment. Just falling off. Maybe a high tackle on Whitney, and the umpires agreed with me, and it's not being given back. I think that's a bit harsh. But probably correct decision for the umpire. Oh no, she did just drop it, didn't she? Right at her feet. I take it back. Good umpiring. I still reckon that Whitney's too far out. One lead on. So now there's very close to the player on the mark. She gets it up towards the pocket. In front was Arnold. Now it's been thrown out. There might be a free kick to Arnold here. She was infringed by Donlan. Arnold has Batchelor short. Dennis will come over the top and spoil the football. The waiting hands of Glover. Glover then has to compete with two players, and somehow that's holding the football. Okay. Rowley. Hall onto it first. Ruby's got a free. She's got a player on over the back here. Probably just has to get a lead. She drives it in. She needs to find a mark. And nearly Sienna Donlan was going to turn around and kick a goal. And the umpires found another infringement. Farrell nearly gives away a free kick. Just jumped on the jumper of Hagan. Pritchard down on her knees, winning the footy. She has done countless times today. Rowley has a speedy handball out towards Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe's been tackled. She hasn't even got anywhere near the football. I feel like Moore just assumed, or I shouldn't say Moore, it's actually Brewer, just assumed that Rowley had it. She goes short. Now this would be interesting. I reckon Henley's given away a free kick. She kind of picked it up, and it's so often the case. Just a little bit of pressure applied and turned it over. It's been dropped by Glover. Goes back and gets it a second time. Just toe poked it up. Three-quarter time here. The Tasmanian Devils, North versus South. Gala days, it's 0-4, so no score to the North in that quarter. Whereas the Southerners did manage to get a few goals. They have a couple to Richardson and singles to Clark, Ratcliffe and Hendricks. 5-8, 38 to 0-4-4. That was still a pretty competent quarter from the North Yellow, as they'll have a little chat before we move into the last quarter here on Duff TV. Ruby Hall, welded. 4 and 5 were excellent in that quarter for the North. Donlan and Glover also started to see a little bit of the football, but at the moment it's Alyssa Dennis who's their best player, off half back, winning a lot of the football, but not necessarily getting support from some teammates. Constantly needing to beat 2 to 3 players. Richardson with a couple of goals for the South in that quarter. Has looked lively. Broomhall again had a really engaged. Stella Pritchard's been fantastic. Zoe Henley late just got a couple of really good touches, and Ratcliffe as well was engaged and energetic around the pack. There's the crew having a chat. There's a quarter to go. You're on Duff TV. We'll be back for the last quarter's action in a few moments' time, and there's something we love. The map adjourn on our wonderful uniform here. It's Devils Talent Gala Day, North versus South. You're on Duff TV. Last quarter action soon. There's some action shots on Duff TV. You know what would be good, Duff? Some plane spotting. Can you get the camera up to just for Jarro's interest? It's like one of the helicopters from MASH. Hot Lips Houlihan might just hop off and come and kick a couple of goals for the Northerners because they need a boost just on the scoreboard. It's still been really engaged. Whitney streams out of the middle of the ground. She needs something from Moore. Clark, or I should say Clerk. Now it's Glover, held up with a tackle and swung down, and the umpire says he didn't dispose of it. It's another tackle to Arnold. It's had a fabulous day off half back. Puts everything into that kick as well. So really competitive 3 games of football. Looking forward to tomorrow's 13, 14 and 15 boys. Well, probably a bit more hard work for the girls. No true under 13 or under 14 or 15 comp of the Northwest Coast. So all there's identification done by Jamie Hayward. Done a great job with his spies up on the coast to get some girls. Only a 14s and a 17s comp in Launceston and an 11. So once again, it's hard to spot those ones at who they're playing for. And so great to see. The South have probably got the better structure in the SDJFL. Farrell can't win it. Conkey then does. Rose will get onto it first, and it's just chipped off the deck by Arnold. And out of bounds, right pocket. This is a chance now for the South. We'll have to defend for the first time for the first couple of minutes this quarter. The last 5 or 6 was dominated by them as they managed to kick a couple of goals in that third quarter. And at 5-8 to 4 behinds, it's been comprehensive in that regard, but relatively even around the ground. Arnold laying the tackle, and then looked like she pushed a teammate in the back and missed Farrell, and then she still has enough time to go and nutmeg herself. She gets it out the back, and I don't know what that's for. It's going the other way. I think that's for not disposing of it, but it's away again by Arnold. Really influential half-back Arnold. Hall down first. Constantly has to beat a couple. Couldn't get it out towards Newnham. Now the race on again. Just lays it at the feet of Morris. Now it's back out again. It's going to come back again to Hall. She looks up. She's got that speed, which is really useful. It's a high ball. It's been juggled by Conkey. Whitney, and that's a throw. Good old basketball style. The umpire had his sun in his eyes. You hear Duff laugh, but the umpire generally had his sun in the eyes. It's another throw. So, well, they don't call the throws, and then
Can we have a look at those, please, Jerry?
No, well, that's all right. It's a tough gig umpiring.
Yeah, I know that.
Thanks for your commentary in the background. Next to the effects, Mike Duff. Conkey with it. Releases out to Harding. And now turning around and seeing in her hand was Wayne, and gets up towards Dennis. Waits on it, quickly plays on, gets neatly around Brewer, up towards half forward. Long time waiting under it was Donlan, and even longer was Midgley from the South, and she marks it. We'll see that mark again on the replay. Newnham, feisty. A couple of minutes here from Newnham. It's keeping that ball inside. Oh, that is outstanding from Pritchard. I should say Pickering. I think I've caught a Pritchard twice today. What a great game she's had. Now kicks it out with the run of Ratcliffe. First to meet the ball was Doon. Doon now looks up and says, I'm going to get him a bike. And the umpire said, you weren't quick enough. And unfortunately got tackled. Here's this mark again. Wow. That's revolt territory, that is. Or Jonathan Brown, that's magnificent from Pickering. Holt trying to lay some pressure. Broomhall looked up and found a runner on the outside in Batchelor. Batchelor up towards the pocket. The fist just quite there. Barwin a chance, didn't give it away. Pressure applied by Lambie in defence. Nearly a high tackle. I reckon that's going to be a push in the back. And it's going to be another shot on goal. And the helicopter takes off again.
Yeah.
Is that the Channel 7 helicopter? So as casual as like, I think that was Ratcliffe with the goal from the free kick, pushing the back. And we'll go and have a look at the entrepreneur who owns all the land there between the rivers. Pentridge. I don't know if he just pings around in helicopters for the sake of it, but he looks like a high flyer. Here's the shot on goal again from the result of a free kick. Suddenly had the ball hands, Henley, panicked and puts her hands up and go, well, what did I do? Well, I don't think he disposed of the football. And instructional stuff that needs to come sometimes from the coach. The umpires, a clever tap over Lone's head. Morris with a tackle. Ball's still in action here, and now it's going to be balled up.
Bye.